You guys do realize you're supposed to be draining your doors at least once a week, right?
No, this is not normal, brother.
That's not supposed to happen.
Is this a car or a boat? Where do you drive your car? But is this normal? For the people that own cars, is this, my friend, is this normal?
Good grief.
How did the water enter there? Is this normal for cars? I've never seen a car do this before. Or maybe it's new technology for cars in English lands. Or how did it reach there? Or it's because of the rain? Yeah. I have lots of questions on this one. How did they...
Wow.
To be honest, that one left me more confused.
What if we can't see higher beings the same way that ants can't really see us? So ants can perceive humans, but not as complete entities. Their eyesight is limited and their scale is so different from ours that they don't experience us as a person. So to an ant, we are more like a moving mountain, a shifting shadow, or a sudden force of nature. So the same way that we perceive, let's say, a mountain or the weather, that's how they would perceive us. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So if you know me, you know I talk about the raw material like it's no one's business. Absolutely obsessed with the raw material. If you've never read The Law of One, highly recommend. Now, according to the raw material, ants exist near the beginning of second density consciousness, right? Humans are considered third density beings, collectively moving toward fourth density consciousness. Apparently, the shift has just taken place not that long ago. So we are really at the beginning, okay? So if there is such a vast difference between how an ant perceives reality and how we do, what if the same principle applies above us, okay? What if higher density beings aren't somewhere else? What if they're here sharing the same space as we are, but existing beyond the limits of our current perception? And I would argue that it's very accurate and very true, okay? Just as an ant can't comprehend a human as a complete being, perhaps we too are only perceiving fragments, shadows, and effects of a reality far greater than we currently understand. Something to ponder. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Man, that one was an interesting perspective. Be careful how you treat these ants, man.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Did you just drop that aliens are breeding with fucking human beings just nonchalantly like it's almost common knowledge?
They're telling you that they have these alien hybrid programs that people are, not only they tell you that, but they tell you that these people are getting abducted against their...
What? Aliens sleeping with humans? Not doesn't sound good.
The elite and the government are opening up portals. They're summoning demons, all with AI data centers.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but at the same exact time, it makes sense why this guy right here openly stated that AI is summoning the demon.
The artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
And it also makes sense why he also spoke about how the new god is coming from Memphis, Tennessee.
I see. Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new god will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about a line.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah,
right.
Memphis, Tennessee, where his Colossus supercomputer dwells. I guess it's just a coincidence that all these names have something to do with ancient pagan deities. As we can see, the Colossus of Rhodes was a massive bronze statue to the Greek sun god Helios. You don't say. Now, the more you look, the more you're going to find these ancient pagan deity names everywhere, as we can see with Meta's massive multi-gigawatt artificial intelligence data centers named Hyperion and Prometheus. Hyperion is a first-generation titan in Greek mythology, ruling as the god of the heavenly light. And of course, Prometheus is the titan whose name means forethought, revered as the champion and creator of mankind. He is best known for defying Zeus to bring humanity the gift of fire. AKA Prometheus is Lucifer, where the name Lucifer literally means light bringer or light bearer. And now it's not just the AI data centers using these names, it's also the financial institutions, as we can see with Apollo Global Management, where go figure, Apollo Global Management is aggressively financing the artificial intelligence boom. And of course, as you know, in ancient Greek religion and mythology, Apollo is one of the Olympian deities, the same exact deity that is painted above Mr. Golden Dawn's head right here. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Nothing to see here. Now, it's not just Apollo Global Management. We also have Blackstone working on a $36 billion deal for Anthropic. And of course, just coincidentally in the occult, the black cube or the black stone is a potent esoteric symbol representing structure, the material world, time, and hidden wisdom. Oh yeah, and of course, it is most prominently associated with the planet Saturn. You know, Saturn or Kronos in Roman mythology, who is known for the Golden Age. The Golden Age, you don't say. Where have I heard that before?
Proudly proclaim that the golden age of America is upon us.
Nothing to see here. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The more you look into it, the more you're going to see these names everywhere. It's because we live in a spiritual war right now. Ephesians chapter 6, that we do not wrestle with flesh and blood, but against these principalities in the heavenly realm. Individuals who currently rule over this world at the moment, who are into the occult, worship these deities, these ancient gods of the past, that they use their names to name everything around us, to then give worship to them. It is blatantly in our face everywhere, so it's not surprising to me if the possibility of these AI data centers being used as portals for demons, it could add perfectly into the book of Revelation chapter 9 of Apollyon, the destroyer, the king of the bottomless pit being opened and then demons being released. I wonder if that will have anything to do with the AI data centers and CERN possibly. Who knows? It's all speculation with that, obviously, but it's not being lost on me, just seeing the names everywhere, and you can see the spiritual side behind it. So now with that being said, guys, what do we do with this information? We use it to be aware, to not be ignorant, to have wisdom and discernment in this world, knowing that we are warring against these principalities. And the way that we war against them is by faith in the Son of God, Jesus Christ, who conquered sin and death, who stripped these principalities by nailing our transgressions on the cross, stripping them, as we know in Colossians, that we have power through the cross, power through the blood of Christ, that we have the authority over them. And these individuals within the occult, using their esoteric wisdom to try to gain their control over this world, it is doomed to fail. Ultimately, we know what's written in the end, that Jesus comes back and conquers everything down here physically. So we just rest in the finished work of Jesus on the cross, using the wisdom he provides through the Holy Spirit to walk and navigate this war that we are in and just see the writing on the wall. So yeah, that's this little video. Take it or leave it. Take it with a grain of salt. My own personal opinion and speculation through it, obviously. Maybe it's all just a wild coincidence. Maybe all these individuals are not, you know, this wicked and they just don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Just throwing that out there, guys. With that being said, we focus our eyes upon the Lord. He is truly the author and the perfecter of our faith, and walk with his love, with his joy, with his grace, his mercy, and humility, resting in him. I love you all so much. God bless. Remember, the just shall live.
There is only one true creator, my friend, one true God, our creator and maker.
Is it right that those making under $184,500, their effective payroll tax rate is roughly 12.4%?
That's right. The statutory rate is 6.2%, but consensus view is that the employee pays, basically the employer cost is passed on to the employee, and so the employee basically faces a rate of 12.4%.
12.4 for anybody earning $104,500. What is the effective payroll tax for someone making $1 million a year?
So they would pay the 12.4% on that first $185,000 roughly, and then would not pay additional tax on labor income above that amount. And so that math would work out to about 2.2%.
Okay, so 12.4% for someone under 184.5. A millionaire would be about 2.2. What if you're a billionaire like Trump or Musk? Your Social Security tax would be effectively, on my understanding,
Very, very much smaller.
0.0002.
Yes.
That just doesn't make sense to me. And when the richest people in the country have the smallest effective tax rate, that does not seem to me like a very fair system, especially when we are now 6 years away from retired workers facing this 24% cut in their Social Security benefits.
What? Man, I don't think that's fair also.
Y'all need to watch this real quick. Why in the world are banks deploying smart dust?
If Wells Fargo goes through with this, we are cooked. This is like the most dystopian thing I have ever heard. They have a patent called Stardust. Stardust is a technology that deploys sensory particles in the air all around you that you can't see, but it will collect your biometrics. So it will record your heart rate, your temperature, audio, facial features, basically taking a picture or more. Then they will send that to a database where they will then verify it. And if you're verified through the database, you can now access your account. You don't have to put in your password or your passcode. How fun. Patent is real. You're looking at it right now. Look at the date on the top. Cars are even going to be rolling this out too. I think in like 2027, where if they detect you drink too much or if you're not alert enough, whatever that means, your car just won't start.
And you know that Wells Fargo is doing it. Then all the others are doing it as well. The question is, why? Let me know what you think below.
Wow, man, it feels like we live in the future. Scary one.
I am absolutely furious that our government has been lying to us for at least 79 years. Hey, it's Dr. Phil here. I'm talking to you this morning because me and my team at Envoy Media have been given exclusive access by the White House and the Department of National Intelligence to the new tranche of information about UAPs. You may refer to them as UFOs. And we are very deep into that. Two things have become apparent to me. Number one, I am absolutely furious that our government has been lying to us for at least 79 years. Lying to us by omission, I think actually creating some misdirection. That's one thing. Number two, it's very clear that there are objects in our atmosphere here on Earth that are not of Earth. They're doing things, they're moving in ways that we just simply don't have the ability to do. So to me, that's not a question. That is well demonstrated. One of the things that's curious about this, and I think disturbing, is that they seem to be focusing at times around our nuclear facilities as far back as 1949. They actually held a conference about this, hidden from us, the Los Alamos conference, where they brought in Dr. Lincoln La Paz, an expert on meteorites, because they were trying to say that maybe these are meteorites. They were very large, green objects, and he said, the foremost expert said, no, these are not meteors. Meteors don't move horizontally. They don't maintain their speed. And these things were moving with intention. They were navigating. They were moving. And these have been observed over 5 cities, all having nuclear facilities. As recently as 2015, they were observed over the Pantex facility in Amarillo, which is a nuclear facility. That should bother you. It certainly bothers me. Now, why am I talking to you about this? Why me from a psychological standpoint? This matters. This matters to mankind. It matters to our value systems. What does it mean? What do we say to our children? If there is life that's not human, what does it mean to all of us? We're very deep into this. I'm going to be bringing you more information throughout the day, so stay tuned.
Hi, man, could this aliens really be true?
The universe, it's now known, but not widely discussed, is not made of atoms. We're all told at school and by our parents and by all the people we're respected and by society and by all the forces of conformity and so-called wisdom that everything's made of atoms. I mean, we were all told when we were young that everything's made of atoms, and people still say that at schools. 99.9% of the universe consists of plasma. It follows by elementary reasoning rather than idiotic reasoning that 99.9% of life forms in the universe are probably also plasma life forms. And so this brings us back to us. Are we really atomic life forms? Or is that itself an illusion?
Hi, guy, man, oh my god.
How many of y'all have now seen this picture circulating around the internet for the past few days? Or perhaps this angle of this picture circulating around the internet?
We have seen it.
Now, I'm not saying they're real. I'm not saying they're fake. My biggest question is, why would the Nordics, and if you know about the Nordics, one of the most kind, loving, peaceful supportive, helping extraterrestrial races be choosing to speak to this man above all other people on the earth right now? Out of every option, this is who they're going to. It would have to be for a very specific reason. Now, what a reason that I'm completely aware of, and I guarantee a lot of you that watch my videos are aware as well, because you're awake to the truth of the universe and what is going on right now. Now, like I said, I'm not saying it's real or fake, but I did run it through software systems, and it did not come back 100% AI. It does have digitally enhanced elements, all of the software systems say, but it's not 100% fake. So that leads me to the question as, was AI specifically just created so you question everything that is literally happening now? Because certainly seems like that's the case. What do you think? Have you seen
Man, that is so strange to be true. I can't believe those things even met the king of
This is
English.
gold, and this is silver. If you melt gold and silver together, what actually happens? The torch hits the gold first, and it starts to melt because it has a lower melting point than silver. Then the silver begins to soften, and both metals start flowing together. At first, you can still see gold inside the mix, but as the heat continues, they blend more evenly. The yellow color slowly fades, and the whole piece turns silver white. It looks like the gold is gone or changed into something else, but that is not what is happening. They are forming an alloy, just a physical mix of gold and silver at an atomic level. The gold is still inside, just spread throughout the metal.
Wow, man, another interesting physics experiment.
The other day I bought this truck and I'm pretty sure my dealer hid a GPS tracker in there and didn't tell me. So this company CarRx emails me and says, hey, your dealer paid for a year of our service, congratulations. Just sign up on the website and you're good to go. So I dig into the terms and conditions, and of course they're gonna sell all your data to marketing firms and whatnot, of course. But this is the interesting part. They can track everything about your car, everything, location, mileage, braking events, all of it. So I start thinking, how do they know all that information about my car if they don't have some sort of GPS tracker on it? And that's when I realized that they probably already did. And sure enough, a Google search confirmed it. There is probably a tracker on that car right now, and we're gonna go look for it. According to the internet, these trackers are usually around the OBD port. So let's take a look. Well, there's nothing plugged in. I don't think so. So let's, okay, hold on. So this looks like some sort of Y cable. Where does this go? So this is clearly the pass-through wires for the OBD, and then the Y cable comes off. Just pull on this and see what I can find. Oh my God. And that confirms it. It's got an IMEI, and so that means it has a SIM card in it. It can track you anywhere. The craziest part is that this was not sitting out for me to see, saying, hey, that's your CarRx module. It was tucked away and hidden. They didn't want me to find this.
Why could the people put a tracker secretly in your car?
The famous French astrologer André Barbeau once said that 2026 was the beginning of the new civilization. And he had a very strong track record in terms of predictions. He predicted that in 2020 there would be a global pandemic. He also predicted the fall of the Soviet Union decades before it happened. And in the last years of his life, he focused a lot on July 2026 as the relaunch of a new civilization. And his take was extremely positive. He called it the most beautiful alignment of the 21st century, and that with it, the new age will have begun. Barbeau died in 2019, so he never lived to see some of his iconic predictions come to fruition. And in his absence, many astrologers have argued about the highly positive interpretation of the alignment in July 2026. They question whether it should be viewed in this kind of like new age spirituality, love and light, dawning of the age of Aquarius perspective, or if we should view it as the beginning of a dystopic, surveillance, technological state. And if you know me, you know that I'm gonna say it's a little bit.
To be honest, this 2026 feels like a fresh start.